New York City.
WVFP.
Energy and charisma.
Why is that funny?
It's definitely awkward.
Look at me, I'm different.
Get to the point.
This podcast, like the Red Room from...
The opinions expressed by the guests, hosts, and callers of this show do not reflect the views of WVFP or our sponsors.
WVFP.
I like that area of town. I'm glad. Yeah. I think it's extending north as the garment district shrinks. Have you felt that lately?
But does the garment district still exist?
It is like just a few stores.
Yeah,
now, right?
It's just a few.
Like, I don't even know.
You can go.
Is New York Elegant still there?
You can go up into these buildings. So that's the thing is like if you go to like the West 30s or something, and then you go to the 5th floor, you'll still find like tailors and sew shops and all this kind of stuff.
Well, I hope so.
But
here's the thing.
It's fun to explore those buildings, really. It is.
But I used to go into those businesses all the time. Spandex House, shout out. That's still there, I think. But they're disappearing. And it's not just that they're disappearing. The city has decided that they're going to, create an area for the garment district in Brooklyn. Zoning.
Yeah.
They're going to zone a new district, and it's going to be in Brooklyn somewhere.
Really?
That's what I heard. I heard that's going to happen. That's bad news for people like me who like to make stuff.
But is it going to be filled with like kind of like she knew tailors?
Wouldn't that suck? That'd be terrible, right?
Because like you can't zone that's the thing is you can't zone a place like the garment district was. You can't zone it. It has to happen naturally, and it happens because these people needed to be in proximity to each other. But now
because you have to run downstairs from the show and buy one more yard.
Yeah, exactly.
What are they going to do when it's in Sunset Park? Just I don't work in the theater anymore, but I used to be in production. And I'm getting anxiety just thinking about all these stores being in Sunset Park. I feel bad for everybody, but maybe one day the theaters will be there too. I don't know.
There's very little reason for most of the city to exist at this point. Really, it's just kind of a cultural idea. I think. I don't know.
You mean the center for the center to
labor
be
being something that used to bring cities together is
right.
And that's what made the garment district interesting. But now it's kind of these buildings are like partially abandoned, and there's like one or two tailors in them, and I find it really interesting to go into them, and they're just wide open. I'm thinking of like a couple buildings like around Penn. That's like South Garment District, right?
That's a little far.
It's a little far. Yeah. But around like 35 to 37, around there, around 8th Ave, there's a lot of like if you go to like the 5th floor of these buildings.
Are you from New York City?
No, I'm not.
Oh, but you've been here a while.
Yeah, I've been here a while.
Okay, because you're talking like you've been here for a long time.
I also was unemployed for a while, and I was just writing. And when you're unemployed and writing,
you were freelance.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
freelance. Sure, you can call it what you want, but unemployed. But I spent a lot of time. I also studied architecture in university. All right. I never finished, but I studied. So I was and am obsessed with buildings, and so I just kind of explored around there on my walks that a writer needs to take.